one more question. How do you view the equity risk premium? Is it best viewed only over long periods of time? Does shifting allocations in a debt equity portfolio based on static readings at a given point of time bode well?
Let me ask you a question. When you go to the grocery store and you need to buy tomatoes, you pay the average price for tomatoes over the last 10 years, or you pay the price today? It's a rhetorical question. Yeah, that's the way I think about the equity risk premium. We can complain about it. We can look at it as a high number or low number. But to me, it's a price of risk in markets. What does it reflect? Everything in the world, right? I call this the receptacle for all your hopes and fears. So hopes about the economy, hopes about growth, fears about a recession, they're all in that number. This is why I actually track the equity risk premium on a daily basis during crisis. So when COVID hit on February 14th, I started estimating the equity risk premium by day. The equity risk premium in the US went from 4.4% to 8%. Why? Because people were terrified. On March 23rd, if you ask me, what's the equity risk? I said, it's 8%. It is what it is. And if I were valuing a company in March 23rd of 2020, like as I was Boeing, I would use the 8% risk premium. Why? Because I want to value Boeing. I want to come up with the value given where the market is today.
Right.
On September 15th, the premium was down to 5%. You're saying there, it went down. Shouldn't I average things out? In hindsight, of course, normalization works, right? But sometimes catastrophic fears come to fruition. We underestimate that risk in equities because we assume there's always a bounce back. But there have been crises in time where you haven't bounced back. I mean, you bought the Nikkei in 1987. You're still waiting to make your money back, right? That's why when you read books like Jeremy Siegel's Stocks Always Win in the Long Term, and I've talked to Jeremy about this, it's the wrong message. Because if stocks always win in the long term, you know what your equity risk premium should be if you have a long-term horizon? It should be zero. They always win anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's precisely because stocks don't always win in the long term that we demand an equity risk premium. So equity risk premium is just the price of risk. I measure it at the start of every month because I want to get a pulse on the market. Where's the market at right now in terms of its hopes and fears? Not simply because I'm interested intellectually, but because it becomes a number I need to value companies that month. But I hold my fire because next month, who knows what the market will deliver.